I'm Yuna and you're watching Idolator. I guess, like, you know, when you can't sleep at night, that's the time where you're kind of just like thinking about a lot of things in your life, you know? So I thought, you know, Nocturnal was a really cool name for this album, kind of, because, you know, like for this album, it was just a really new and fresh beginning for me. Nocturnal was also actually a title of my journal for a very long time, an online journal. And I had it removed a while back, and you know, it's always like a name that I really liked, so. I can't seem to keep up with it. For the album, like, I didn't really have like a theme, you know, but I had an idea of what I wanted to do, you know, sound-wise for this album. Like, I wanted you know, I wanted like a lot of drums in the songs, you know, and I also wanted, you know, maybe like a traditional sounding instruments in some of the songs. So those things, like, I already had in mind, like, before I walked into the studio. I kind of, like, you know, I got to know the producers, and some of the producers I already worked with, for example, like James Bryan and Chris Bray. So they really know, you know, what I want. To fall asleep. I think like a couple of years ago, like, you know, we had, you know, like, although it did not happen, I worked with Pharrell, but, you know, I was also like kind of like scheduled to work with Chad, but you know, it didn't work out. And at some point, like, we managed to kind of just like, you know, I met him in downtown LA. I live in downtown LA, and I met him like at a really nice coffee shop, and we were just like talking, and you know, he seemed really cool, and he was so excited about working, you know, together. And yeah, and eventually we did, you know, get into the studio and start writing, and he's just really, he's a smart guy, you know, and he knows what he wants, but he also knows, you know, what will be good for the artist as well. So it was like a fun experience to be able to work with someone so, you know, is so established and so talented like Chad. So I don't have to remember. I love all of the songs, but I would say I love Falling, which is, you know, the first song on the album. And Falling was like a game changer, kind of like when we recorded that song, I was just like, okay, this will be the theme of this album. It has to be the #1 track of the album. So Falling, yeah. Call me up, turn my phone off, let the pillows. Now, oh wow, well, I mean, like, for a very long time, I've been like a huge fan of Feist. You know, I think that listening to her music really like inspired me to kind of just like pick up the guitar and write music and write songs and performing live. You know, I remember watching her performance, like, you know, on YouTube. She was in Paris, like, performing, and you know, she was just amazing. And you know, that really inspired. That really became like, you know, my fuel to just like, oh, you know what, you know, I'm gonna be just like her. But that was like, you know, 7 years ago. I was really inspired by Feist, and I still am. You know, I think she's a great artist. She's a great musician. You know, I love Subtract, and I love the XX. You know, they make good music, and a lot of other new artists. You know, I'm listening to, like, I like N.E.R.D a lot, and who else? Yeah. When I first came out here, you know, everything was really new to me, and I was a little bit nervous about how things are gonna, if, you know, things are gonna work out or not, and but you know, like, the most important thing to me is just like to have fun and, you know, work really hard, and you know, getting that big break, I feel, you know, I'm because I've been doing it for a long time, you know, and as much as I love making music, I know that it's also my job. And coming out here, you know, I try to like have a balance of, you know, like kind of like, okay, having fun with making music and also, you know, focus on the, you know, the focus on work. And I don't really think about, you know, oh, you know, this is gonna make me famous, I'm gonna be a pop star, blah, blah. I just wanna make good music, that's it.
So I don't have to remember.
To be honest with you, I mean, you know, I went to law school, I graduated. Yeah, I mean, I think the amount of focus that I have now, you know, it would not be possible if I didn't go through, you know, that, like, if I didn't go to college, if I didn't, you know, sit through exams and stuff like that, you know, like sit through like mock trials, you know, I would say I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. And well, obviously, you know, like in terms of, you know, legal matters, like, yeah, you know, I know my rights and stuff like that, but you know, I think I have more, you know, I'm more disciplined in like, in, you know, treating music, you know, and the music industry as a serious thing. Like a lot of people, you know, when they talk to you and they're like, oh yeah, you're a musician, you know, you're an artist, you know, you don't know what serious is, you know, but I do know what serious is.